Hey student, watch this video and learn how to plan your study routine, your English study routine, especially if you are a busy person. If you don't know me very well, hello, I am Teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. So consider subscribing. If you have already done so, I appreciate it. Hit the like button. But now let's talk about good stuff because I know you're busy, okay? How to plan your English study routine as a busy person, okay? Very well. I know you're busy and you can study English, you can improve your English even as a busy person. Maybe here you don't know so well on my channel, but I help specific students, pre-intermediate and intermediate speakers to go from stuck to speaking. That's kind of my job here. And I know that at this level, guys, your improvement will only come if you're consistent, even if you study a little. And if you if you don't have a good study plan, it'll be difficult for you to advance your English, go to the next level and improve your communication skills and notice improvement. Without a plan, that's really hard, okay? And that's what I want to talk about here in this lesson, to give you some ideas. And the first one is to plan ahead, okay? Busy people need to plan ahead. Oh, but I'm busy. Yeah, I know it's a little controversial, oh, but I'm busy. How am I going to plan? Well, if you don't sit down and understand your priorities, you will be stuck in a rut, okay? You won't be able to move forward. You won't be able to do the things you want to do. So planning ahead means, understand this, if you don't know what needs to be done, you will waste the little time you have. So if you don't know what needs to be done, when you sit down to study, you will spend too much time thinking. And that process will make you tired and question, oh, but should I study? I spend so much time thinking of what I need to do. So I just want to reorganize your schedule, your routine, and I will explain what that means. So let's say you have 3 days a week to study. As a busy person, you have 3 days a week, about 30 minutes that you will really sit down. And if the number is 2, okay, it's the same idea. You have 2 days a week to study. Okay, I recommend a minimum of 3 days a week. Like if you're pushing it 2, but 3 times a week, that's healthy. When you go down to 2 times, twice a week, it's not as healthy. It can be done, but I recommend 2 to 3 times. 3 times is a good frequency. And you don't need to study for hours. I know you're busy. I am busy. I don't have time to study for hours. I wish I could do that. I think the last time I had time to study like crazy was when I was a teenager. Not a teenager anymore. So let's say you have 3 days a week to sit down and study. That means you have an average of 12 days a month. So if I think of a month, you have 12 days, okay? More or less. If you study twice a week, you have 8 days to study in the month. In the entire month, you have 8 days if you study twice a week, 12 days if you study 3 times a week, okay? Considering 4 weeks. Considering those 12 days or those 8 days, you're going to pick one and you're going to plan, okay? You're going to plan for the month. So if you study twice a week, that's going to be 8. You're going to take one down. That's 7. Yeah, I know. It sucks, but you're busy. You're going to pick one day and you're going to organize. You're not going to study on that day, but you're going to organize week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. That's how you're going to do it. If you're busy, you need to plan. Otherwise, you will fail, okay? If you have 12 days, if you study for 12 days, you're going to pick one and then you will have 11 days. And you're going to plan activities for the 11 days. So let's say you have 1 hour. Are you going to plan 100% every little thing? No, that's not going to happen. But you need to have an idea of what needs to be done. Because if you're studying alone, if you don't follow a program like my academy, if you don't follow a study plan like I have available, I sell a study plan. It's a template to help people organize their study routine. If you don't have any of those things, you will need one day to sit down, think of the materials you have, and plan. If you leave this to every time you sit down, you will waste time. So I would rather you lost one day planning the 4 weeks, at least the main idea, not everything, but the main idea, the main subjects. Then every time you sit down, you're lost because you don't know what needs to be done, and you have 40 minutes, but you spend 20 thinking of what you need to do. Not very nice, okay? So pick the subject. So you have 4 weeks. Whether you study twice or you study 3 times a week, you're planning for the month. You're going to pick the subjects. There are 4 weeks, 4 subjects. Pick interesting subjects for you to work on. Choose a grammar point, a vocabulary lesson for you to work on for the 4 weeks. If when the week comes you decide you want to do something different, okay. But I'm thinking of a busy person. Busy people don't have much time to be like, oh, today I feel like. They don't. They need to stay consistent. They need structure. Busy people need structure because they don't have much time available to make mistakes. When I say mistakes, I mean mistakes in the routine because they have such a shortage of time, so they can't, okay? So focus on integration. That is going to be my next tip. But this planning ahead, you pick a subject, you pick the materials you're going to use. Oh, I'm going to use this article. I'm going to pick this video to work on week 1. I'm going to pick this video to work on week 2. With my students in the academy, every month we have 3 live activities. I plan ahead. 3 times a month I'm live with my students. So I pick the subject. I organize the activities for them. I plan ahead because I know that I am a busy person. So when I am creating the live lessons to my students in the academy, that's different from here. I plan ahead. I pick the subject, I choose the video I want to work on, and when the day comes, we work on them. So you have 4 weeks. Pick 1 video per week to work on your listening, an article for you to read per week. Connect the subjects, okay? A grammar point, you need grammar, a pronunciation, a short pronunciation video. These are things you need to include consistently in your study routine, especially if you're alone. And this is whether you're busy or not. All your students should do that, okay? Tip number 2, don't forget to integrate. Busy people will easily focus the time they have available on one exercise and ignore other equally important ones. That's why it is so important to follow an integrated practice, especially if you're busy. And this is to everybody, whether you have a lot of time or whether you don't have much time. You need to integrate these skills, whether you have 40 minutes to study, 30 minutes to study, 1 hour, 2 hours. Don't go over that, okay? You need rest. Your brain needs rest. So let me give you a clear example of what I'm saying. So I picked a video to study, okay? It's my grammar day. I study twice a week and I'm going to work on a grammar video today. So I picked the video, other or another. I gave this video as a recommendation to a BSA yesterday. She made me a question. She made a question and she posted on the platform asking about this, so I gave this recommendation. I said, hey, watch this video. It'll give you the explanation you're looking for. And then what you're going to do, you're going to watch the video. It's 7 minutes. It's shorter. Okay, I have many short videos here on my channel. I have videos that are 15, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 3 minutes. So check them out here on my channel. And in this video, I'm giving the explanations, some explanations about other and another. So you're going to watch the lesson. Then you're going to watch it again. Take notes. Write down. Okay, use your hand, take notes. So that's part of the routine. Then, next thing, you're going to create 5 to 7 examples. Your example. So you're going to pick a pencil in your notebook and you're going to write examples based on the lesson you're watching. Because as I always tell my students, Rub your hand with me right now. To learn a lesson, I must use it. Okay, that's you only learn what you use. So create examples with the lesson you're watching. So you're studying other and another. Create examples. That's your practice, even if you are alone. Because sometimes you shouldn't think, oh, but nobody will correct me, so why? Well, it's your journey. It matters to you. It's important to you. So write things down. I study Italian by myself. I don't have anyone correcting me. I create examples every time I sit down to study, regardless if someone is going to correct me or not. Okay? Next, you're going to repeat the process, but this time you're going to do it orally. So I'm going to, force my brain to create an example under pressure. I won't read my example. No, I will orally try to create a new example based on the lesson I watched. And these, I'm just talking about grammar. So look at how much I did with the grammar. I worked on grammar, I worked on my comprehension because I watched the video in English, I took notes, I worked on my writing, I created my examples, and then I practiced. I made myself practice orally, which is a completely different challenge and will definitely help your brain strengthen its speaking muscle, even if you make mistakes, okay? Because you will make mistakes whether you have someone or whether you don't have, when you want to practice with. It's an important practice that you should include in your study routine. And this is, and in here, I'm talking about grammar, a grammar video. But what if you're working on listening on that day? There will be other elements of things you can do. You will include writing. You will include speaking. The listening per se, okay? The listening exercise, you will include that too. So it's a very similar structure. It all comes down to the exercise you're doing, whether it's grammar or if it's just speaking. Yesterday, I did like a 5-minute speaking practice in English to practice my English. It was a 5-minute practice. I answered 3 questions about a subject that I had been reading. So I practiced my English speaking for 5 minutes, and my goal was to use certain words, certain advanced words that I don't get to use here. So I was exercising my English speaking under pressure, no time to, let me look at my notes. No, especially if you're busy. And you'll be able to do this in about 40 minutes. Teacher, but I only have 30. Do what you gotta do, okay? So if you have 30, you have 30. If you have 40, you have 40. Use what you got, okay? Make sure to hit the like button. And guys, this is something that I do with my babies in the academy. I know that I have students who are very busy and I have students who have more time. But the difference is that inside my academy, everything's ready. The subjects, the articles, listening exercises, grammar, everything is organized in one place. And they get to ask me questions, they get to post their examples and get feedback from me, specific examples, objective examples using the lessons they learned. So they have a safe environment. This is very important for busy people. If you're not in my academy right now, the registration is not open, but I open a few times a year. It's an excellent program that will definitely help you, especially if you're busy or if you have plenty of time, because I give recommendations to both types of students who have a little bit more time and students who don't have as much time. They all benefit from the program. And right now, maybe you can't join the academy right now, especially because it's not open, but I have an awesome study plan that will really help busy people. Check the link in the description of this video. As I said before, hit the like button to support the channel. But let's go to another recommendation I got for you, which is be careful with the it's better than nothing mentality. I'm so busy. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. And what is wrong with this mentality? Look at some things I hear from friends, from people who maybe they meet me on the street and then they start talking about their problems, about being busy, about not having time. And I often hear this. I constantly hear this from different people. I read this from different people, okay? Comments, emails, messages on Instagram. Teacher, I don't have time to study, so I listen to some podcasts on the way to work. It's better than nothing. That's the it's better than nothing mentality. Oh, teacher, I don't have time to organize my study routine, so I use some apps on my phone when I have a break at work. It's better than nothing. This it's better than nothing mentality is dangerous, okay? Because you use it as a shield to protect you, and you never get out of that situation. You stay there because you keep repeating to yourself, it's better than nothing, it's better than nothing, and you don't change. That's my concern. I absolutely understand that some people don't have time. But if you keep repeating that to yourself and doing the easy way, oh, just listen to some videos, you know, I don't really have a routine. I don't stop my day and sit down to study because I'm busy. It's better than nothing. This mentality will make you stuck. You will get to the end of your life and you will feel like, damn, my English is not better. I never took action. I fooled myself trying to watch these videos and playing these little games on my phone, and I never felt that feeling of accomplishment that, yeah, I did something that you usually get from when you're studying, when you're actually forcing your brain to concentrate, taking notes, analyzing the information you study. So I'm not saying, okay, don't do this then. Don't listen to anything, okay? Because it's not better, it's worse. I'm not saying that. I listen to videos when I'm at the gym, but I do not feel like it's better than nothing. No, it's a choice. And I am well aware of the consequences of that choice. So I could say, well, I study Italian every day. I listen to audio files every day in Italian. That's not studying. And I need to be aware of that. Studying means I will sit down, I will eliminate distraction. I will work on my English skills, on my Italian skills. And that takes effort. That takes knowing how to prioritize your practice. So it's just that it's more like a mindset, okay? Because I have seen many people being stuck for years in this mindset. And they come, they see me, and every time they see me, it's the same old story. So I just want you to be careful about that, okay? So guys, active work will always be more beneficial than passive work. So build the habit of eliminating distraction, even if it's 15 minutes a day. Practice, build this habit. Maybe it's difficult for you because you're busy and because you don't have good habits. So build better habits. Maybe 10 minutes a day and then increase 15, 20 minutes concentrated work. And you will see that the results will come, but they will come if you take the right kind of action. I hope you enjoyed this video. If possible, share this video with a friend. It really helps the channel. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.